Howdy folks, and welcome to a special video for Gauntlet 10 Part 2, where we're going to be going over the Gunner's Gauntlet in Besaid Island. I wanted to wait until Chapter 3 to start delving into this in a bit more detail, because, well, you can go about it in the second chapter. I believe it's the third one where some extra things can start happening. You do, of course, need to have dealt with the events in Besaid previously, i.e. dealing with the Fiend invasion and helping Warcraft and that sort of thing. But once you've gone ahead and done that, you'll be able to make your way into Besaid and have a chat with our good friend Beclem, because, of course, he's really nice, isn't he? With the Fiends dealt with, Beclem is back at work trading the Aurochs outside of the temple. And it is here where you'll be able to re-challenge him for the Gunner's Gauntlet. Yeah, might do. So, the game will give you the tutorial and instruction stuff as you need it. If you've already completed the first one in Chapter 2, which you do want to, I believe 100% requires you to do that, you will have access to a second level. There are a total of 10 levels in the Gunner's Gauntlet. The prizes vary from very decent and important to, they're not too bad. I believe the maximum is a piece of adamantite as well. There's some good stuff. The most important ones is level 2, where there is a garment grid made for us, as well as level 6, where there is another one available as well. Beyond that, if you want to keep going, you definitely can. So, the Gunner's Gauntlet works pretty much the same as it did if you did it in the first level. There's no real significant difference between the first and second levels. And it's the same business as prior, of course, as before. Make sure to kill enemies, take the ammo that they drop, and chain hits. The trick to Gunner's Gauntlet is to make sure that you do not take damage. Anytime you take damage, any chaining effect that you had is completely lost. And you must make sure not to lose that. Also be careful of some of these camera angles, of course. They are pretty awkward. Now, I didn't talk a whole lot about, like, good strategies and such, and good ways to deal with a lot of these enemies and get hold of those pretty significant chains. There definitely is some cool stuff you can do here. However, you'll notice the game is now going to start throwing enemies in slightly more aggressive fashion, which will need to be a little cautious of here, like these zoo birds. Yeah, come on, unit. Reload the gun, please. Thank you. A couple of death rounds there. Zoos also tend to drop either death or dual shot ammo. There we go. But yeah, that's the whole trick of the with this game, is to make sure that you just don't take damage. The chaining can take a little while to go up, unfortunately. That is just kind of the way it's designed. But if you want to get hold of some of the extra scores, you'll need to. Because bear in mind, the first time we got 500, now we need, like, what, 750? Which is, you know, a fair, 700, whatever it is, which is a fair increase on the amount of points that were required. And so there's a lot less room for making mistakes. Now, it should also be noted as well, is that as you start going across the levels of this, we will also start coming across different types of enemies that will start appearing as well, which will have a significant effect on the kinds of, I think that will be coming there. Will have a significant effect on how you proceed along. So, for example, the tutorial talk about volley ammo. Well, we've not seen any of that so far. It will be coming, though. Don't worry about that. My advice to you is probably stick around this this waterfall area around the corner here. This is a pretty good location to do a lot of damage. Your enemies will stock up as well. The enemies tend to spawn from around the corner anyways, so it's the least time between killing enemies and then respawning so that you can go back to town on them. Dual shot's great for dealing with them in bunches as well. And it would be my suggestion of a nice way to, I wouldn't say exploit the game, but make the most of the situation that is presented to you, you know? Grab all that ammo there as well. Don't want to go too far, we will lose our ability to collect the ammo here. We do want to make sure to get those death routes, very useful. Should be able to finish them off here as well. There we go, good stuff. But yeah, stick around here, get chaining. Definitely, I think, a pretty solid way to deal with it. And you will rack up the score in, you know, kind of no real time. We're already at chain 3 here already, so we're making very significant progress. But yeah, this is the strategy I would suggest for you for the time being. You know, and it's pretty dependable. Stick to it, and you will get your score in no time. Just make sure that once you're close to finishing, make your way down towards the beach, where you'll need to deal with the defender, and then we'll be able to get success. Now, when you are ready to get going, make your way across. Now, be careful. You can be hit by enemies that will spawn in transition here, so be careful about that on that way through. You can definitely get attacked. When you come down here, def him, and victory is yours. There's no real advantage to scoring beyond what you really need. It will not accelerate the levels any more significantly. To just score you require. Woohoo! 750 and reaching level 3. The power wrist. Not too bad. Now, nicely enough, Beclem here, instead of having to run all the way back to the Sade village in order to, you know, go and restart, the Beclem does stay here and lets you begin the next level of the Gauntlet. Next up, we need to get to level 3 here. Alright. So, level 3 is where stuff will start changing a little bit around here. Notice now that there's actually a couple more enemies about here. And this is where the guns will start getting a little bit more potentially difficult for you. Some more dogs around. There is more enemies typically around, so you will be able to score a little bit more aggressive, which of course is required for the rising amount of points that we're going to claim. Make sure to keep pressing the B button. Oops, never mind. But yeah, the enemies will now start coming very aggressively at you, so you've got to be prepared for this. In fact, it makes this first bit of your Gunner's Gauntlet actually pretty difficult, I think, because it can go very poorly here if you're not careful. You can definitely get swarmed from directions that you're not ready for. Once you get hold of, like, your def and your dual shot ammo, it's not so bad. But that little beginning bit there, just make sure to be a little bit cautious how you're proceeding. I think that's a good idea. This also isn't the worst place to sit here as well, is by the bridges here, so not terrible. The only problem you've got here is now the enemies are spawning so regularly at you that actually managing to, like, claim the ammo when they're all behind like this can be a little bit challenging. You know, and because you need to make sure you keep hold of that dual shot ammo and get the def rounds. But of course, if they're killing them and you can't actually reach it, you've got a problem because they will just swarm at you here. So you've got to be a little... Oh no! Cautious. Whew. That wasn't too bad. Now, as we're going about here, did you notice something about the enemies of roughly where we were standing? You might have done. You might not have done. The enemies in the Gunner's Gauntlet are typically restrained to a single set of pathing that they have to follow and they have to abide by. This could be interesting. I guess that works. And the way that they attack you is, like, obviously if their model runs into you, they will attack you, do damage, and importantly, they'll break your chain, which obviously is not what you want. However, in this area here, especially with, like, the small enemies, like the wolves and that, you'll notice that their pathing tends to not be the most accurate here. You notice how, like, their pathing sticks towards the top of the walkway here. Now, this is actually very, potentially, incredibly relevant. You see, the enemies in this game don't, like, they kind of go anywhere near you. They'll do damage. They are actually pretty heavily restricted to their models, to the point where you can actually slightly abuse it. If you stand about here, these dogs, they can't actually hit you. If you stand on the other side by the fence, they will just idly walk by and will not be able to do damage. Now, this isn't necessarily that important right now, but later on, when this game starts throwing some real nasty stuff at you, that can be very strong. Even potentially on bordering abusable. Figured I'd point that out for you guys. Anyways, once you've got your points, make your way down Take out the defender once more and claim victory. Now, that is something, that fountain thing, that I did spot when I first played this game way back. Although I chose not to make heavy use of it. You might think it's a bit disingenuous, it's possible. But if you want to get access to like some of the really top scores here, it's something you might have to start relying on. Here we are, 900 points, level 4. Civil Bracer for us now. Oh, it does actually cross along level 5. Oh, okay, I'm mistaken. I thought you had to score better. Still, though, you have to get to the higher levels to unlock more types of monsters. That would give you better things to score off. Okay. So, we're going to go for level 6 here. 1150 here. We will challenge it. Now, you'll see there are dogs everywhere here now. And you'll see how it starts getting, you know, a little bit much. It's, that was an interesting thing happening there. As I say, it is very important later on. So you've got to try and get access to that higher quality of ammo ASAP. Very, very important. Without it, you got no chance. You know, it just sticks a freaking zoo here in front of you. Pay attention. There is a dude chasing us here. Make sure to take him out first. There's some dual shot ammo. We need in that. Okay, then. Now, you might see towards the back there's something big in the distance. Definitely is. Do you drop death ammo? You do? Here we go. And now we get into the fun stuff. Bicouettes, or Bissouettes, or however they're pronounced. These guys, very tanky. They have a lot of points for you, however. That's like, guy dropped like 16, 18 points or something. Very strong. They will drop the incredibly potent volley ammo. That is the ammunition that will kill basically anything near you. It's like a super death. Very, very strong. We'll be needing that in order to... that model went into the ground. That was interesting. Just deathing that, you know, not even that unreasonable, really. But yeah. Volley ammo, incredibly, incredibly powerful. You do need to try and make sure that you do make use of, like, the stronger ammo as and where you go. It can be very tempting to just kind of, like, not bother. But, you know, anytime that you think you're in any remote danger of getting hit, you need to bust this stuff out. You need to use it. Protecting your chain is the most important thing in, oh god, in Gunner's Gauntlet. To get the higher levels, you must do it. Right, so we still want to get back around the corner here. Again, we're still targeting that sort of third area. Right, now these Nashorn things are going to go for us here. Let's use some death ammo. Oh, God. Fuck it. Just volley and death. There we go. Don't completely throw those away, but you will get the ammo from back fairly reliably. Here we go. Back here again. Uh-oh. Him. There we go. But you can see now how our score is starting to just, like, heavily accelerate here. And that is very, very nice. Keep deathing you. Got to get more death ammo here. We have lots of volley. That'll do. Just kill them all. I do tend to find when you do this that I tend to end up having more, fuck it. Having more volley ammo than death ammo, that is something I do tend to find happens. And I seem to recall this happening a bit when I used to play this as well back in the day. Because the death I use a lot more readily. The volley is like I want to protect it and not go anywhere near it. There. 4 kills. Enormous prizes. All of the good stuff there. Delicious. Volley again. Yes. Good times, right? But once again, like with the Bissouettes and the wolves and such, like you can just stand here and they will idly just walk past you and not touch you. Nothing here can basically hit you. You're virtually invincible. I'm not even sure the zoos can hit you even from here. Don't entirely quote me on that, but I'm fairly sure like they just can't touch you. So if you ever need a spot like you're struggling to score, this is where you want to go. Absolute destruction. And yeah, once you get hit once, you get hit loads. But we've scored enough. We've got enough to proceed on, I think. I think we've scored enough. What's level 6? Level 6 is 1300, so we've scored plenty. Let's get out of here. We're done. But yeah, that's probably my advice. If you want to get through the Gunner's Gauntlet effectively, that's what I would do. Get up to like level 5, get those Bisuets in, get those volley shots, and just rake in the points. Level 6, 1150 is the Mortal Coil Garment Grid, the other one we can claim from this. We even got level 7 as a bonus as well. Beaded Brooch. Level 8 here, as at 1400. Giving us some diamond gloves. I think it's plus 30 or plus 40 defense. Pretty sweet. And that is good stuff. Now, levels 9 and 10 are where it accelerates enormously. As a reward for reaching level 8, you can now upgrade your ammo while on the Gauntlet. This is a new feature you can do. And there's also the quick shot item, which will now appear as well. Which I think kind of basically auto shoots for you or something like that. Can't quite recall. If you go into here, chain gauge as well. Quick shot. Now, obtain this item enables rapid fire attacks for a short period of time. Okay, maybe it just ignores your ability to have to reload. Could well be that too. But yeah, 2000 score for level 9, which is a lot. And then a whopping 2800. I think for the maximum level 10, which is a outrageous amount of score to have to acquire. Nearly double what I've already got here. That can be really challenging. So having done the normal Gunner's Gauntlet, let's now talk about the Cloister of Trials version, which is available to you as soon as you clear the events here in the Fiend's Pouring at Killica Temple and defeating Dark Veil 4. You can do this now, you don't have to wait until Chapter 5. I may have erroneously said so in this video. Hopefully I found it and edited it out. But if not, you definitely can come and do it here. To be warned, though, that this is both very different and also very hard as well. I sucked at this when I used to play this and didn't really ever touch it. And as such, I'm expecting to have some difficulty here anyways. But if you come up here and have a chat with this guy, you can just walk into the cloister, by the way. The Gunner's Gauntlet Cloister of Trials variant. So this, as I've mentioned, is a rail shooter effectively. You can shift the camera around. We have to lock on and cycle. It's largely the similar sort of rules, though, unfortunately, again, you're on an auto rail. You'd have no control over where you're going, and there is no going backwards either. So we will occasionally have the ability to select type of ammo and convert it, 2 of that round to the next grade, which will be very important. And we can find some quick shots in here as well. But we're going to go ahead and give this a spin. I don't know if I'm going to beat this. We get 12 minutes to clear the area, although, to be honest, your first goal is to not die. So, same rules as before. You want to press the B button to target enemies that are coming to your range. Ammo is given to you automatically upon death. But this is going to ramp up in difficulty very quickly. Chaining, obviously, is going to be useful as well, but again, it's just about surviving. So we go into here. Now, you might wonder what's going on. You need to turn the camera around here because there's this haunt coming from behind. The game will not turn it for you either. You gotta do that yourself. Alright then. So having done that, we make our way through here. Okay, now there are a variety of enemies that are gonna come us here as well. Again, you've got to keep an eye out for them. There is this little bee that will come up here, which we can just about shoot. Shooting's a bit awkward. Got these creepers that will come around. You very quickly press B to target and press A to shoot. You only get an ammo back. You don't get very much in the way of points. But they will break your chain, and you do need it. You see there's an upgrade on our dual shot there. We can... I don't know what just happened there. I shot something. I think I know what I shot there, actually. Okay, got an Arium in here that will come out. Defeat him. Okay, so we're going to change this. Press the Y button. To change it into a death ammo, kill this dude. It's got like 80 health. Gonna need to. Also, more wolves coming here. Here's the quick shot purple, which allows you to fire a lot faster than you normally would be allowed to, which is pretty cool. But you need to maintain this dual shot and death ammo as much as humanly possible for as long as you can. It's gonna get really nasty in here. So we'll crouch down. The camera will turn to the right, and we're about to get sorted by tonberries. Now, this is the really difficult bit here. You're going to get sorted by loads of them. And it's going to make life very difficult. So let's kill this first one. We're then going to try and dual shot our way through here. These will hurt you and do a lot of damage. And I just used both my death ammo. I did not mean to do that. Oh, fuck. Unfortunately, this is about the speed of our fire rate here. It's pretty bad. If you've got the quick shot, it's not too bad, because you can do this. So make sure, change targets. Bust out the ammo as hard as you can, while you can. There we go. Right, get some upgrades going here. Get some death shots going. The Ironmans will attack you from distance. Let's just kill him. Oh, shit. This is bad. This is bad. We have some volley ammo. I don't have enough... Oh, shit. And I just can't target anything. And the thing is, the targeting sometimes gets really on top of itself, which is a problem. So we can make some volley ammo, but we need to... Well, we need to find some death ammo. Which I don't think's looking that likely here. Alright, shoot down back. Now we'll be forced to go forward here. I'm not doing this. The game's doing it itself. This is not my doing. Oh, fuck's sake. That's bad. So yeah, don't worry about chaining here. Like, you just gotta live. And I think that's hard enough in this game. The Ironmans is what gives you the quick shot, which is pretty useful. I'm fucked here. Come on. My issue with this is that I always get my controls horribly mixed up because I'm trying to do so many things at what do you even do here? Change a load of those. I'm going to try and target the Ironman down the back, but I can't. I'm already dead. This bit is... This I don't know why this is so much harder than everything else. I just think the controls aren't too great. I'm having a crack at this, but I have no expectations to actually beat this. Now, there are a couple of actual fake walls down here that you can actually target with your guns, and you can actually shoot some walls out for some treasure down here, which is nice. There's a wall where, like, the little crawly things, I think those are called creepers. There's a wall somewhere you can target and shoot at. And there's one down the back of the Tomberry wall, but again, like, you have to live long enough to get there, and I think it's so hard. The problem with this is that if it starts going badly, it spirals very quickly. And this has a huge habit of snowballing against the player. And that's the issue, I think. I think it's just really, really hard. I don't know if I ever beat this when I used to play this. I really don't. Right. And the problem is there's only so fast you can fire as well. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Good. Yeah, you see, notice like there's a target. I'm shooting the wall here. So you see, that's now opened up. Alright, so we'll be able to hopefully get that later. I think that still counts even though I'm... even if I lose, I believe that stays there. Don't quote me on that. I have no death ammo. I can't beat this. I do not have enough weaponry. Help. Yeah, I can't even get past it. Like, I don't have the weaponry. It's got 80 health, kids. You need a death shot for this. And I don't have one. I do not have one. I wouldn't... can someone give me one, please? That'd be great. But yeah, it's just... Oh, hello, little flan. I think that actually gives you a little bit of health here. Yeah, so you can sit in this bit for a little while. I don't know if the tomb is actually attacking us, by the way. Normally I just death shot and just get through here. I can't even target... What the hell was that? I couldn't even target the freaking Wraith here. Whatever. You get the idea, though. Like, I'm useless at this, and I, again, have no expectations to actually beat this at all. But I want to at least show it off for you guys. Like, this is, in theory, how this works. I guess what you're meant to do, technically speaking... See, I'm pressing the B button there to target the dog. I couldn't even do it. that's what it looks like. That's the idea. And what you can do is once you've busted the walls out, you can come down here. And the walls will still be broken. I don't know if it will count because I failed the run. Oh, it does count. Okay, that's nice. So you don't actually have to make it. There's something here for Chapter 3, and it will restock in Chapter 5 something else as well. And say the other one is this wall here. But you got to get to that wall first, which is kind of tough going. I don't know you actually even get anything for clearing this outside of, like, posterity. I don't think you get rewards that you do with the other cloister, the other gunner's gauntlet. It's just kind of here. Not my favorite part of the game in the slightest, but that's how it looks.